I suspect many of you return to one unsettling question. Why do terrible things happen to people who've done nothing to deserve them? That question can feel like a locked door, loud, immovable, and indifferent. Reading the book, When Bad Things Happen to Good People, gave me a new way to try the handle. Not with easy answers, but with honest ones. Before going to the analysis of the book, personally, I feel the book stands in a middle ground. It's not a dense, peer reviewed academic monograph or a clinical psychology textbook, but it's definitely not pop psych fluff either. To me, it reads more like a work of honest pastoral insight or practical philosophy, disciplined, compassionate, and grounded in lived experience. It stays clear of magical thinking, victim blaming, or those one size fits all mindset tricks you see elsewhere. Instead of trying to score theoretical points, it keeps asking a more human question like, does this genuinely help someone in pain without pretending or lying to them? That's why, in my eyes, it earns a place as a serious and thoughtful book, even if it's written in plain language. This book is short and nonfiction. It's written by Kushner from his own grief and from years of caring for people. The style is caring and simple. It is thoughtful but not heavy. The goal is not to win arguments. The goal is to help you stand up and face tomorrow. The language is clear and the message is open to readers of any faith or no faith. The setup, if I can use that word for nonfiction, is a life collision. The author meets suffering up close, his own and other people's. That experience starts the book's main question. If the world often feels unfair, how can I live in it without losing hope or lying to myself? Early in the book, he looks at common answers we hear. Some people say pain is a punishment, some say it is part of a plan we will understand later, some call it a test. He does not accept or reject these ideas too fast. Instead, he watches what each idea does to a person in pain. Does it bring comfort or guilt? Does it invite courage or shut it down? That first step creates enough tension to move forward. I also like the craft. The book reads like a guided talk with a wise friend. Short real-life examples keep it close to daily life. Then the author lifts the view to big questions and brings it back down again. I noticed a repeated pattern. We try to make deals with the universe. We think, if I am good, I will be safe. The book shows the problem with that deal. It can turn the victim into someone to blame. The writing is fast and plain, no fancy words, and the book invites a shift that matters. Move from "why did this happen to me" to "what can I do now?" That is not a slogan. It is a new way to face the next hour. Here is how the book met me. After I finished it, I kept hearing one idea from therapists and thinkers. When trauma happens, the road splits. One way is to give up and let despair tell the whole story. The other way is to take responsibility for the small part of life I can control and try to grow, even if it is slow and shaky. Not just from reading this book, but also through my own life, I've learned that growth after suffering can be very costly. Some people rebuild their lives with more meaning. Others simply make it through each day. And that too is an act of bravery. I'm not a therapist or a psychology expert, and I'm very clear about that. I also dislike the kind of shallow, positive thinking psychology that says, "Come on, bro, move on. You can fix it, dude." But I do believe in one simple truth. Life is not fair. We have two choices. One is to manage it as best we can, to make it better and more enjoyable for ourselves and the people we love. That's what life means to me. The other choice is to give up. I try my best to choose the first path and to respond in the most constructive way possible to life's hurdles. From my personal experience, when friends suffer, I never say, "This is secretly good." Instead, I sit with them. This book also shows why being present often helps more than making speeches. The book does not call pain a gift. It simply says, even if life is not fair, you can still be faithful to your small place in it. There is another lesson I took from the book. The world is not organized to match our idea of fairness. I can stay angry at that forever, or I can accept the painful parts and learn to manage them. Managing does not mean pretending. It means building habits that make despair weaker. There is also something about timing. It refers that a perfect, logical answer given at the wrong moment can hurt. We always experience that a simple, true sentence like, "I'm here, this is awful, you're not alone," can help more. The author shows that timing. He pushes back against ideas that blame the person who suffers. He questions the habit of calling every tragedy a secret gift. Who can read this book? I think anyone living with loss, anyone caring for someone in pain, anyone who thinks strength and gentleness can live together. If you like books where practical advice meets warm reflection, this is for you. The book is short enough to read in one afternoon. It is deep enough to read again in a different season of life.